Yes, everybody, Dimash is back on my channel, and it's been a year, and I've given all his other reactions on my channel a chance to rest, but instead of resting, they've attracted more subscribers, people answering questions that I had put in the videos to different songs like SOS and so on. And it's been positive, and it's been reassuring to know that Dimash fans are never far away. Coming up to Christmas 2024 into 25, I wanted to pick a song with another artist that I feature a lot on my channel, LARA FABIAN. And both of them are very, very popular in Dimash's hometown, country, and LARA FABIAN all over the world, including Russia. She's become a huge hit. Put these two stars together, these global stars, and they're singing let me just translate it. Okay. The translation from Russian is The Love of Tired Swans. And there it is in the video just below. But when I'm talking, I'm going through my research notes as well. And I've come across a wonderful background, bit of a story I would like for those people who love the song and don't know much about the song, I would like to actually talk about. What symbols are present, it says, in the Swans song and in the music video, the original. I have given you a new visualizer for it because of copyrights. That is why. And in the song, that has become one of the most unusual in the career of DIMASH. Has the details behind the story of making such a touching hit. Love of Tired Swans is a song that appeared in Dimash's repertoire in 2018 and took a special place in the hearts of his fans. The audience, it says here, was struck by the story of loyalty and love, without which life has no meaning. And the composition sounded very expressive, thanks to the creative union of Igor, as always, the author of the words, Mikhail, and a talented vocalist from Kazakhstan. The music video for this song turned out to be no less impressive. But first, a little more how it all began. And this is where LARA FABIAN ties in, everybody. Je sais la femme, it says. Music experts will surely remember that the first time Love of Tired Swans was performed by the aforementioned LARA FABIAN. This composition has become a symbol of Igor's strong creative and strong friendship with the singer, who has Italian and Belgian roots, but sings as a rule in French. The two met in 2004, this is Igor now, collaborated fruitfully, released a joint album, Mademoiselle. Oh, I didn't know Igor was behind that. Wow, even I'm learning, because it's one of my favorite albums by LARA FABIAN. Mademoiselle Chivago, 2010. One of the bonus tracks of the disc in the French and Belgian version was Je t'aime encore. And I have a beautiful live version of Je t'aime, and her fans in the audience in Paris sing back to her, and she becomes very emotional. Please check that out on my channel. Anyway, it says his melody later formed the basis of the future Russian language hit about the love of swans. As a result, the composition became one of the most famous joint words of Krutoy and Fabian. The track was released in Russian in 2014. Years later, a young Kazakhstani was entrusted with the male version to the love song. Mikhail Gustarev was responsible for the sentimental lyrics by adapting the lines. But before we move on to further narration, we suggest listening to The Love of Tired Swans. But I'm not going to just give you the version of Dimash. I'm going to also give you the version of Dimash and LARA singing it together. I found it on YouTube. I brought it to your attention because I think it's very beautiful. And they are two of the most popular artists I have on my channel. I have lots of people who subscribe because I featured them so often. And even though I haven't featured, you wouldn't think this, Dimash for a year not reacted to any of his works. Can you believe, because of the reaction of his fans on different videos that I've done and reactions, and I think I've done about 20 at this stage, could be even more over the years. So many people leave fresh comments, other people are still reacting to the old reactions that I've done, and it's just ongoing. It's like, and I'll say this in a good way, he never goes away. And I knew, whilst I was building up my new look for my channel, my new way of doing things, new artists, because I had a long list, I knew all his fans, his loyal fans, would still be reacting to my reactions, as well as hundreds of others' reactions. He's one of the most reacted to male artists of all time, since the social media platform began and people started reacting. So there you go. And he's proven that on my channel. So everybody, let's sit back and let's examine the meaning, because DIMASH and LARA present an emotional exploration of love and pain, of separation, because that's what the lyrics are about. And the central theme revolves around that deep, often burdensome feeling experienced in love that seems to be reaching its limits. Through comparisons to swans, which are commonly associated with lifelong partnerships, I feel the song captures the bittersweet essence of love, torn apart by circumstances, and conveying the idea that true love can struggle and suffer, but still yearn for connection.
Посмотри мне в глаза, ты прости мне, я сожалею, я люблю тебя, я была не права, я тобой болею.
Удержать не смогли, мы устали, нам очень трудно, я совсем один, ты пойми, без любви ничего не нужно. Не могу жить разлуки,
Каждый день я сердце стяжаю, иногда во сне приходи, забери, не ищи другую. Не могу жить в разлуке.
не могу жить в разлуке.
Isn't it? And coming up to a new year, we need to be lifted with more beautiful music, more beautiful voices. And I could not think of two other people when I came across this put together by a fan. And I will give a shout out to the fan's name actually, who is AI Studio KZ, who put the voice of DIMASH and LARA together. So there you go, everybody. Just enjoy. The Love of Tired Swans I'm going to give you now, because most people still don't know what the rest of it's about. In the opening lines, there's a need for understanding and forgiveness, because it's expressing a sense of regret and longing. As seen as, now it says it in Russian, but I'll say it in English. The translation being, look into my eyes. And I love you, my life. This establishes a personal and intimate tone. It draws on you, who's listening to the song, into the minds of those singing it. And it's about the speaker's emotional state, or in this case, the speaker being both LARA and both DIMASH. The mention of swans in the chorus directly ties to the symbolism of loyalty and unison, highlighting the belief that love should not endure separation. The line, swans cannot live apart, only emphasizes the gravity of the relationship's strain, portraying separation as a source of immense sorrow. The language of hold and warm throughout the song, those words, suggests to me that desperate need for closeness and affection. It reinforces the theme of love as a comforting necessity in their life. Love in a relationship is, especially through war times, we're all experiencing war. We're experiencing the beautiful country of Russia being ostracized by Western beliefs. But I do believe that things are going to turn around, because now we have a president in America that's not about war, he wants peace. And I think we can slowly, it'll take a long time of trust. I don't think that really there'll ever be trust, but I think we can move forward for peace. And during those times, you need love. You need to be, a lot of people don't like being on their own, because they'd like to be comforted, hugged during these difficult times. But even if it's not a war situation, even if it's just a life situation where you've moved to a new village or a new place, you've begun new work, and you're there on your own, it can be a very lonely world if you haven't got a partner to lift you through the good times and the bad times. So, you know, this theme of Swans is what we all aim for, that lifelong partner. That love I've just talked about, that comforting necessity to have that in your life. Ultimately, this song beautifully captures the complexities of that love and loss. The song's imagery of tired swans serves as a metaphor for partners exhausted by challenges, but still clinging to the bond. Through sincere and heartfelt lyrics that's in front of me, DIMASH conveys the profound pain of longing and the hope of reconciliation, reminding his fans and those that are listening to the song of the significance of love in overcoming life's hardships. This piece resonates universally as it reflects the struggles many face in relationships today, illustrating that even the deepest connections can falter, and yet the desire to reunite remains that unyielding passion that moves people forward to a happier place. I hope you've enjoyed my take of the love, and when I say take, that's an English phrase, I'll pick a global word, I hope you've enjoyed my reaction to the love of Tired Swans. If so, don't forget to comment, like and follow. Happy Christmas, Dimash fans and LARA fans, and Happy New Year in advance. And thank you again for listening.